Okay, what does it mean when she says she's getting stressed when thinking about the future?
So typically, what's going on is she's stressing out and starting to notice that probably you're more into her than she is into you. And maybe you're smothering her a little bit and trying to lock her down a little too much, whether you realize it or not. And so she's basically telling you she's not emotionally at the same place that you are. And so it's important to be unperturbed and know that that's a signal that you're maybe making her feel like you're pushing her a little too soon for a commitment or a relationship instead of just being casual. That's why I teach for guys, hang out, have fun, hook up, because all relationships start casually. And that way, when you do that, and as a man, you just focus on creating the next opportunity for sex to happen, then when she's emotionally ready, she'll hint either directly or indirectly that she's thinking about a commitment or trying to figure out where you're at and what you feel about it. And obviously, if you've read 3% Man, you know what to look for when she brings it up and how to handle that. The best question you can always memorize to use with women is, what do you mean? And make her explain it to you explicitly in a way that is crystal clear. And until you get that, keep asking her, what do you mean? Make her explain it. Don't assume, because if you assume, almost 100% of the time, you're going to assume wrong.
What are your thoughts if the guy, well, whichever the guy or the girl has more feelings than the other one? And obviously the other person starts getting scared, like the women in this scenario is getting scared. So thinking about the future is scary. Like, what do you think about that? Like, do you give it time? Like, eventually her feelings will get there? Or is that kind of like a red flag?
Well, it also means that you should pump the brakes a little bit. It means you're moving a little at a faster pace than she's ready to. And so you want to slow down. And I say the perfect speed is always slightly slower than she is, to the point where she starts to get a little frustrated. Because when women get frustrated, things aren't moving quick enough, they become more aggressive. They call you more, they text you more, they get more touchy-feely, they try to figure out where you're at. And like I talked about in 3% Man, I remember one of my girlfriends, I was on the second date with her, and I didn't kiss her on the first date because we had just gone to lunch. And, like on our first, I think it was like a business meeting that we met. And then we ended up going out for drinks, about a week or so later. And I remember as I was walking to I was like, turned to her as we were walking out of the restaurant. I was about to say, where did you park? And I got about, where did you? And she just grabbed me and started making out with me, stuck her tongue down my throat. I was like, holy shit. She really attacked me. And so we went to my car. We made out a lot more. And she was really aggressive. And it's just because I was really enjoying listening to her. And she did most of the talking at dinner. But it wasn't moving fast enough. And it was my inaction that was very sexy and attractive to her. And she didn't want to hold back. She knew I liked her. She could tell. So she just didn't want to wait for me to kiss her or to make a move. And that's always fun when the woman becomes aggressive, because most guys don't really get to experience that.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys like when the girl makes the first move sometimes, because not a lot of girls do that. We always depend on the guy to do it. And when it switches up, they're like, ooh.
Yeah, that's because typically, I'm sure in your case, the guys are they're more aggressive and they're more into you than you probably are into them.
Yeah.
Just because men are visual creatures. And, honestly, we all know that Caroline matches the ideal of what a pretty girl is. She's got a beautiful figure, beautiful smile, she's got a sweet voice, she's kind. And so it's understandable that guys are going to be a little more aggressive. But guys that have their shit together and are kind of hanging back a little bit are completely different than what she is used to. And when she comes around a guy like that, then she becomes more aggressive. And at the end of the day, women are the ones that choose who they're going to date and be in a relationship with. So if you create the conditions where she can come to you at her pace, then you never have to worry about chasing her out of your life.
That's very true.
She'll be all over you like a sucker fish.